Hello, my dear students and viewers. Welcome back to my channel, Scorpio class. I have come with a new and very informative video for all my dear viewers and especially for my class 10 students. Yes, as in this video, we are going to discuss second language English passing package for 25-26. And we are going to discuss the poem 1, that is Grandma Climbs a Tree. In this video, we are going to discuss all the objective types questions, 1 mark, 2 mark and long answer type questions, extract based questions, which are going to be very important from your exam point of view. So this video is going to be like a powerful digest or a guide for you all because you have every small and long questions which is included from the chapter here in this video. So stay tuned till end and do not miss any part of it as it's going to be very helpful. So let's get started. But before that, if you're new to my channel and watching my video for the first time, do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification of all the upcoming videos. And also you can join my WhatsApp channel where I'll keep updating all the videos and the PDF notes. So the channel link will be shared in the description box. Now let's get started with our first poem, that is Grandma Climbs a Tree. So very firstly we have multiple choice questions. It will be for 1 mark. You have one question and 4 options for it. We will read out the question and the right answer. You can pause the video and check for all the options here. Okay, so let's start. Grandma was a genius because option B, she could climb a tree. Because she could climb a tree. The poet calls his grandmother dash. Answer is option B, a genius. Poet's grandma was happier in dash. Option D, a tree. Grandma learned to climb a tree from option B, her brother. As soon as the doctor recommended a quiet week in bed for Granny, all the family members, option A, sighed with relief. For Granny, a quiet week in bed was like option A, hell. Grandma wanted a house, option A, in a treetop. My grandmother was a genius. The underlined word is genius. Okay. The underlined word is genius. Answer is a gifted person. So the underlined word is genius and the answer for it is a gifted person. The opposite of gracefully is option B, disgracefully. It was like a brief season in hell. Figure of speech used in the above sentence is option A, simile. Because it's direct comparison, like is used, so it's a simile. So we can finish our one multiple choice question, 1 mark question here. Now we'll move to subjective questions. But before that, my dear viewers, if you want the explanation of this poem's explanation and you want to understand the chapter and the poem here, you can visit my playlist and you can find the video over there of all the chapters and the poems. And I'll also be sharing the video link of this particular poem in the I button above, so you can watch the video, its explanation, and then you can come back to the important question answers here. So here we have 1 mark questions. What does the poet call his grandmother? Answer: the poet calls his grandmother a genius. Why does the poet call his grandmother genius? Answer: the poet calls his grandmother genius because she could climb trees. Who taught grandmother to climb trees? Her loving brother taught grandmother to climb trees. What was her age when she climbed the tree last? Answer: she was 62 when she climbed the tree last. What did the doctor strongly recommend? Answer: the doctor strongly recommended a quiet week in bed. What did Grandma tell her son one day? Answer: Grandma told her son to build a house in a treetop. A According to the poet, what was grandmother's right? Answer: to reside in a tree is considered as grandmother's right. My dad knew his duties. What did he think his duty was? Answer: Poet's father was a dutiful son, and in accordance with Grandma's wish, he immediately started to build a house for her in a treetop. Now let's move to the long answer, three sentences each. It can be asked either for 2 or 3 marks. So let's start. What did people tell the grandmother as age went by? Answer: People told Grandma that she should stop climbing trees as she grew old, and also that one should grow old gracefully. What was usual in the reply given by the grandma? Answer: Grandma was very childish in her reply. She said that she would grow disgracefully. What did the doctor recommend? How did the family members react? The doctor recommended Grandma a quiet week in bed, and family members sighed with relief. How did Grandma feel while she lay in bed? Answer: Grandma felt miserable as she lay in bed. She loved to look at the dancing leaves. For her, it was like a brief season in the hell. What did she ask for as soon as she was better? As soon as she was better, Grandma asked her son to build a house in a treetop. So here now let us move to extract based questions. These are also important type of questions which are asked in the exam. So let's check. First one, ever since childhood said had this gift. Who does she refer to? Answer is grandma. What was the gift that she had? She had the gift of climbing trees easily, whether it was spreading or high. Next, I strongly recommend a quiet week in bed. Who recommended bed rest? Who recommended bed rest? Answer is doctor. For whom was the rest recommended and why? Rest was recommended to grandma because she was ill. She sat up and said, I live here no longer. And first sub question is, who does I refer to? I refer to grandma. Why was the speaker forced to lie down? Answer, after the rescue, the doctor took Granny's temperature and strongly recommended her a white weak bed. He said, that's all right. You'll have what you want, dear. So who does you refer to? You refers to Granny. What does the speaker mean by the above words? Answer, Granny wished for a house in a treetop and his son readily agreed to fulfill her wish. I'll start work tonight. Who started the work? The poet's father. What was the work and why was he doing it? Answer, the work was to build a house in a treetop. He wanted to do it to fulfill his mother's wish to live on a treetop. Now we have answered the following questions in 8 to 10 sentences each. Again, this can be asked for 4 mark or more. So let's read the question. See, there are two possible questions which could be asked and the answer remains the same. So let us read. Ruskin Burns' grandmother had an unusual habit of climbing trees. How was she successful in fulfilling her desire to live in a treehouse? Or it can be asked in other way like, write in your own words how passionate the poet's grandma was in climbing trees. If any of these questions are asked, you will write the same answer. Now, this looks like a very long, but if you understand the poem, its summary, it's very easy to write. So let's have a quick check on it. The poem Grandma Climbs a Tree portrays Ruskin Bones' unconditional love for his family. He says that his grandmother was a genius as she could climb trees. Spreading or high, she would be up in the branches in a trice. When last she climbed a tree, she was 62. Ever since childhood, she had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. And though, as years went by, she would be told that climbing trees should stop when one grew old, and that growing old should be graceful. Should laugh and say, well, I'll grow old gracefully, I can do it better. And her family members had to agree, for in all the garden there wasn't a tree she hadn't been up. Having learned to climb from a loving brother when she was 6, but it was feared by all that one day she would have a terrible fall. The outcome was different once, while the speaker and his family members were in town. Grandma climbed a tree and couldn't come down. After she was rescued, the doctor strongly recommended a quiet week in bed. Though the speaker and his family sighed with relief, for Granny it was like a brief season in hell, being confined to her bedroom, but she held up peace till she felt stronger. Then she sat up and said, I lie here no longer. And she called for the speaker's father and told him, undaunted, that a house in a treetop was what she now wanted. The speaker's dad knew his duties. He said, you will have what you want, dear. I'll start work tonight. With the speaker's expert assistance, he made her a tree house with windows and a door. So Granny moved up, and every day the speaker climbed to her room with glasses and a tray. She sat there in majesty and drank sherry with the speaker, upholding her right to reside in a tree. Okay, so this was the answer, but this is a type of entire summary of the chapter, so you can just write in your own words as well. Now let's see the second question. What qualities of grandma do you appreciate? So this is again one of the important questions. So let's look at the answer. Ruskin Bond projects his grandma as a feisty old lady who could easily give up the youngsters a run for the money. She followed the dictates of her heart and was conventional in her ways. She was the happiest on the trees and even at the age of 62 climbed them. It is clear that she did not want to go to her grave with any of her desires unfulfilled. She should be taken as a model by us because quite often we don't know what would give us happiness. And some other time, even if we know, we lack either the conviction or the confidence to pursue our dreams. Grandma is a metaphor for free will, and through her projection, Ruskin Bond breaks the myth that women and old people cannot climb trees. Here we have a fairy old woman not only climbing trees but also literally living on trees in a great style. So here this was the answer for this long answer. Now we end our question answer session and we come to the end of this video. But before that, I have got a summary as well for you all. If you want to have a quick summary and understand the poem better, if you have not seen the explanation video, you can do that as well. You can watch the video and then you can come back. If not, you can just pause the video and read the summary here so that you get a gist of the poem, you get an idea of the poem. And then anyways, we have discussed all the question answers from this poem. So here I give you a summary. You can pause it, pause the video and look at the lines of the summary so that you can understand what is the poem about. It's a very easy and a small and a little bit funny kind of poem, but yes, it's interesting. It's important as well. So with this, we come to an end of this video. I hope you all liked this video. If you liked it, do hit the like button and share it with your friends. Do subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. We'll be back soon with more such videos. And till then, stay safe and take care. Thank you.